Ching, bling, bling, tight pockets. Take the dollar, and a damn so stop it.
That's right, people. Here comes the money. It's time for another episode of Show Us Your T.D'S. If you've been following us, you know what time it is. And if you haven't, where you been? It's week 16, baby. And that means it's the finals of fantasy football.
Woo!
And if the NFL has taught us anything this season, it's that no matter what the NFC East tries to fail at, they're not on the failing level of the New York Jets. Ho, ho, ho. And that's the way she goes. I'm here to bring some Christmas cheer with my man, Melky. How you doing, buddy?
Well, Gooby, I'm seriously pissed off. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. Definitely not walking on sunshine like you over there. But never, lesson behold, never trust the fucking Steelers because they fucked me royally. Man, like, you have no idea how pissed off I am at black and yellow. I'm about to make that whole city black and blue. If COVID actually goes away, yeah, I'm taking a flight down to Pittsburgh and I'm gonna cause some serious fucking ruckus over there. But onto a better note, let's get into fantasy. Let's dive right in. But as you know, I wasn't triumphant in my matchup. I ended up losing. I shot myself in the foot. Stevie Wonder had more success dressing himself in the morning. It's a true story. So I'm going to, because I want actually the fantasy world to be focused on you, I'm going to go first and talk about my blunder and how I screwed up royally. So I was playing Rub My Chub and I lost 121.25 to 93.40. Now, Stephon Diggs and Calvin Ridley, they showed up, with a whopping 22.3 from Ridley and 14.70 from Diggs. But the rest of my team, where the fuck were you? Like Big Ben, fuck you. Clyde, fuck you. Eckler, double fuck you. I was relying on you heavily. My bench outscored my starters. Like, honestly, my bench made my starters look like a bunch of chumps. I do have myself to blame because if I had started Herbert and if I had started Mr. Drunky over there, Melvin Gordon III, I probably would have won and I would be joining you in the finals because his team actually did not ball out, minus like Tony Pollard, which was a sneaky pickup on his part because as soon as I saw that report, I grabbed my phone and I was trying to grab it, and somebody mysteriously fucking read the news before me and grabbed him. And Waller balled out because of fucking Mariota. Who would have thought Marcus Mariota, the outcast from your Tennessee Titans, would have actually thrown a nice deep ball to Darren Waller? That fucked me right in the ass. He took two large candy canes and whoop, right up the pooper. So yeah, you know what? I only have myself to blame. I now will be fighting for the third place prize again. But we'll get into that right after. The king, the champ, well, soon possible champ, man who will be fighting in the finals. Gooby, take it away. Tell the viewers, tell the listeners how you did last week.
Well, like I said, folks, a few weeks ago, when it comes to fantasy, draft wisely. If you do, with a little football luck, you'll lose your number one fantasy running back in the league. Even if you picked him as your keeper. Okay? So, it's okay, though. Because I still made the finals. And pretty much only on one replacement player in the lineup, excluding bye weeks. That's right. I'm in the finals in spectacular fashion as I won 127 to 80. Okay, so like I said, folks, draft wisely in your leagues, because I did it with all my draft players. I didn't need waiver wire pickups other than fucking Davis because Christian McCaffrey is still out.
He's not.
But anyways, he is not. Yeah, and he's not coming back. Anyways, I digress. I like to give a shout out to my players. Adam Thielen, measly 7 points. I appreciate it. Good try. AJ Brown, 10 points. Again, measly 10 points. You could do a little bit better. Derrick Henry, 23 points. Okay, you're where I'm at. You're on my level right now. Okay, I appreciate you. And then the replacement for CMC, Mike Davis, a whopping 6 points. And people are probably wondering how the fuck I'm winning this. Travis Kelce, my man, the 3rd overall pick for me. Travis Kelce, 15 points. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. That's why I draft you so high. Robert Woods, a guy I drafted low, 15 points. I appreciate you. Will Lutz, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You only got 3. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, just like you said, man. 2 points? 2 points as a defense. Like, what's going on? Hey, Melky, did you know that if you follow the Star of Bethlehem, once you get there, you'll meet up with the Lord and Savior, Josh Allen. 45 fucking points. Holy cow.
Talk about balling. This man balls.
And I'm pretty sure that was that not the Thursday game? Or
was it? That was the Saturday game. That was the first one. And
that was a Saturday game.
He lit up Denver worse than like a really ugly Christmas tree. He was. It was. I watched the game. It was a thing of beauty, man. Absolute thing of beauty.
I remember now. It was a Saturday game, and I was sitting there, and I was texting away. I was like, "Look at this shit go! It just keeps on going and going." And then I'm like, "You know what? They're gonna send me in the 4th quarter." Guess what? They didn't. They said, "Fuck that. We're going to go all out. I don't give a fuck." And he threw a touchdown to not AJ Brown. He threw I'm pretty sure he threw a late touchdown, which just brings up the points sporadically. Like, I couldn't ask for more from the Lord and Savior, Josh Allen.
Is there anything he can't do?
Well, he's almost tied with Cam Newton for most touchdowns by a QB.
Like rushing touchdowns?
Rushing touchdowns. So I don't think there is much he can't do.
He's on another level. I've never seen a 30-year quarterback in a long time who has so much poise, and just you actually have confidence when he has the ball in his hand. It's absolutely insane. So that was a smart pickup on your part, because when you drafted him, I shrugged my shoulders. I'm like, he's a nice quarterback, and look at you now. So congratulations, Gooby.
You know what? Going back to something you said, is there anything he can't do? The only thing I haven't seen him do yet is resurrect, move a little rock, and go out there into the world and tell people about God. He's the Lord and Savior, man. I'm just telling you right now.
You know what? If they win the Super Bowl, maybe that'll be his next accomplishment.
He can change his name to Jesus Allen.
Not just Jeebus?
Jeebus. There you go, Jeebus. Jeebus Allen. But let's talk about another big win. Okay. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. Yeah. It's gonna be me this week coming up. Big win. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. You confident?
Confident.
Yeah.
Confident in that.
You're up against a juggernaut, just saying.
It is a juggernaut, and you know what? I had the points looking great. I had the points looking great with Chris McCaffrey in my lineup until he was doubtful. But as of right now, it's 118 for me to 119 for Allen. It was 128 for me with Christian McCaffrey in my lineup, but guess what? It ain't happening.
No, sadly.
So do you want me to just go through the lineup and then we'll pick and choose
Yeah, you go through your lineup and his lineup, and you point out your strengths and weaknesses. I'll do the same thing with you, and then we'll both pick who we like.
Sounds good. All right, so we got Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers. This is a freaking juggernaut of a quarterback fucking, I don't even know, race, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be a big quarterback matchup. We got Adam Thielen versus Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown versus Kiki Cutie. We got Derrick Henry versus Nick Chubb, Mike Davis versus Chris Carson, which I am told that might change. I don't know yet.
Heard through the grapevine?
I heard through the grapevine because we've been talking smack for the past fucking day or so. Travis Kelce versus Waller, Robert Woods versus Leonard Fournette, Will Lutz versus, I don't even know how to say that name, Blankenship?
Blankenship, Bubbles.
Oh, there you go. And Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. So, first and foremost, Josh Allen's facing New England. It's going to be a tough matchup. I'm still not sure if I'm going to play this one. Josh Allen has clinched the division. He's going for, first seed in the conference versus KC. He knows that's not going to happen. He might get sat in the second half. Who knows? I got Kirk Cousins on the bench. He's playing New Orleans, but they're on the outside looking in. So that could be a better matchup. And a little maybe smart pickup by me. I got Baker Mayfield playing the Jets. So I'm not sure yet. And then Aaron Rodgers facing Tennessee. If I play Josh Allen, I think I give this one to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the matchup. I mean, both quarterbacks are going to put up numbers. I think Josh Allen can put up numbers against New England. Yes, it's in Foxborough. But you're right about if they're up big, do they sit him the second half? So that's just something you have to keep in mind. But you know what? I'm going to give the quarterback matchup a wash. I think both quarterbacks can ball out.
You got any advice for me on my 3 quarterback situation?
I mean, you made
putting you on the spot.
You made a very I actually was thinking about a couple scenarios for you. You actually, Baker Mayfield's not a bad option. He's like you said, we were talking about this before we started. 4 games in a row, he's looked fantastic, and you know what? That might be something to consider. The Jets got their first win, which we're going to talk about more in the highlight reel. They got their first win, so I don't think they have anything else left if they want Senor Lawrence. So it might be a smart call to start little Baker Mayfield.
And then we got A.J. Brown facing Green Bay and Kiki Cutie versus Cincinnati. Both have questionables, so they're both a little banged up. I'm going to give this one over to Kiki Cutie, actually.
I disagree. I think you have the wide receiver matchup with AJ and Adam Thielen. AJ Brown and Adam Thielen. Those guys are number ones. Kiki, depending on Deshaun Watson, how he feels and where he's going with the ball, it could go his way. And, I mean, obviously, Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. They call him the cheetah for a reason. But you have 2 really strong wide receivers. I give him 1.5. So, therefore, you win the wide receiver battle.
I do agree that Adam Thielen is probably going to ball out, like I said, with Minnesota on the outside looking in. I think it's going to be a big game for Minnesota on this page here. Next in line, I got Derrick Henry, Mike Davis versus Nick Chubb and Chris Carson. I think I'm going to give it over to both of them. Mike Davis is playing Washington. Derrick Henry is playing Green Bay. I will get into more of Derrick Henry later on in the episode. But, I think I give it over to me for the running back situation. What do you think?
Disagree. You have the king. Yes, the king does a lot. The king, he's a king for the reason, but he's got a 3-headed monster over there in Fournette, Carson, and Chubbs. So Davis has not performed well. He's been off and on, and not necessarily his fault. I think over in Carolina, they don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to running an offense. So that might hinder you on that side, but you can always rely on the king. So you have that for you. But I'm going to give the running back matchups to Allen on this one.
Yeah, Chubb is playing the Jets. Carson is playing the Rams. So I always get that confused with the Raiders, but they're Las Vegas. Anyways,
Fournette has the Lions.
Yeah.
So.
We'll go to that quickly. Robert Woods, technically, versus Leonard Fournette in the flex position. Fournette is playing the Lions. Woods is playing Seattle. I definitely would give that to Leonard Fournette if he has a game. But it is Leonard Fournette, so injury prone and not very good.
He looked great last week.
He did look great last week, but he has those one-off games. I've had him for 2 years in a row before this year, and he always fucking seemed to fail me. So yeah. I'm hoping he'll fail.
You're hoping, but yeah, he was with the Jaguars, and that whole situation is a dumpster fire. So, that for those reasons, that's why he failed. He was injury prone. Probably didn't give it two fucks about playing anyways. He was getting paid. But the matchup, Woods is a great player, don't get me wrong. And Seattle's defense was terrible to start, but they've come on the last 3 weeks. So I would still give the matchup to Fournette just because it's a slight edge. But yeah, Fournette in my books.
Yeah, and the Rams, they don't have much attacking them. They're fighting for first in their division with Seattle. So that's what they're fighting for. But other than that, the wild card spot, it's almost sealed because the rest of the NFC is pretty fucking shit. So
it's hot garbage.
One matchup I really don't think I personally need to talk about, but we're gonna have to talk about it anyway. The tight end position. I'm giving up to Travis Kelce over Waller. Even though Waller had a nice game last week, it's Travis Kelce, man, and he's facing Atlanta, and Atlanta gives up a lot of points to receivers and tight ends.
This is probably the first time you've ever had the best tight end. No, I agree with you 100%. Travis Kelce is the best, hands down. It's Mahomes' safety blanket. It's Mahomes' it's the reason why Mahomes can move the chains whenever he wants. Yeah, Tyreek is a great deep ball threat, but you can always rely on Travis Kelce. So I would take Travis Kelce over Darren Waller any day of the week. So big ups to you. And I'm on your side when it comes to Travis Kelce.
I think I got some dirty looks during the draft when I picked a tight end as my third pick.
That's because most of them didn't know what the fuck they were doing. So
and then we got the kicker, Will Lutz versus Blankenship. You call him Bubbles. Will Lutz is facing Minnesota. Apparently, they give up a lot of points to kickers, so that could be in my favor. And Blankenship is facing Pittsburgh. Hopefully, Pittsburgh's defense steps up to the plate. What do you think about that? I know it's kickers, so we don't really talk about them much. So
I'm going to give this a wash because it's both favorable matchups in terms of kickers. So if I really had to pick, I pick Bubbles because of his glasses, and that's about it.
And then we got the Pittsburgh defense versus the Cleveland defense. I'm going to give this one to Cleveland because they're playing the Jets.
Yeah, hands down. Only because of the matchup. Obviously, Pittsburgh has the better defense, although they've looked like ass in the last couple of weeks. Maybe they were put on the naughty list. I don't know, and they're suffering the repercussions from it. But yeah, no, I give it to Cleveland playing the woeful Jets.
And the big thing is Pittsburgh's playing Indy, and you know what? I think if Indy wins and Pittsburgh loses, don't they bump the Steelers back into the wild card? I
No,
think they.
that's two different divisions.
Oh,
But
is it?
yeah, but you're onto something because if Pittsburgh loses and Cleveland wins, guess what happens next week? Cleveland battles Pittsburgh for the division.
Oh, right. That's
So,
what it is. Sorry, I wrote it down
yeah.
incorrectly.
No, you were on the right path. It's just the implications. It was just the wrong team. But yeah, if Pittsburgh loses their fourth in a row and Cleveland wins, they're tied. So so basically they're fighting for the division.
So that's going to be a hard game for the Pittsburgh defense to step up and take control of that game. So yeah, that there you have it. The only big issue for me in this scenario is my quarterback situation. I still don't know what's going on. Kirk Cousins, I'm pretty sure we talked about Kirk Cousins playing New Orleans and Baker Mayfield playing the Jets. So it could be a Baker Mayfield type of game. I don't know. But the Jets win. It's very difficult.
You have a lot to think about. So I suggest you get some eggnog, pour a little Captain Mo in there, and sit down and ponder and decide what you're gonna do this week, man. Because this is for all the marbles. So
yeah. Well, speaking of lots of things to think about, you don't have a lot to think about, do you?
No, not really. Fucking bullshit. I'm fighting for third place. I mean, there's some money on the table. You get your buy-in back. I guess that's a nice silver lining. Yeah, and I'm playing Lisa, who's had my number this season. But I think I have this one this time around only because of the quarterback situation. I really like Justin Herbert over Jared Goff this week. But yeah, everywhere else minus the tight end position, she has, and maybe the defense, she has my number. But I think I got this one. I think I squeak one out.
There you go.
There
you go.
I squeak one out the same way that Santa fucking comes down the chimney and squeezes out of there. I don't know how that fat ass gets down there, but kudos to you, Saint Nick.
He comes in, steals your milk and cookies, and he still somehow gets back up the chimney.
Right? He's putting on weight, and he still manages to get up the chimney. It makes no fucking sense.
Oh man.
Well, let's get your take quickly. How do you think?
Let's take a look at this little matchup right here. Jared Goff, Herbert. Obviously, Herbert. I think she has you on the wide receiver slot.
Yeah, she does.
Devontae Adams and Metcalf. Metcalf had a shit game last week, so I think he'll ball out this week. Have her in the.
They're gonna put Jalen Ramsey on him, so who knows, man? We'll see.
That is true. You have her in the running back situation. Melvin Gordon's been doing pretty nice lately, so
yeah, he's sober.
Tight end it's almost a wash. I'll give the slight edge to Hawkinson over Ebron. Mike Evans versus Robinson II. It's fucking Chicago. I can't trust anything that's from Chicago. Not even the pizza.
Yeah. Well, pizza. You can't say everything. Chicago style pizza, deep dish. Woo.
I like New York better.
Oh yeah. I think we should have an episode of what pizza is better. You know.
You do that on the Wow I Had Mustard podcast.
There you go.
Check us out on that. New episode came out a couple days ago.
Yeah, it dropped a couple days ago. It was a lot of fun with you guys, celebrating Christmas and being crazy and zany as always. So
being merry.
Yeah, sorry, being merry.
And then you got Tucker versus Crosby. That's a wash. Chicago defense versus against the Buffalo Bills. Bills got New England. Chicago's got Jacksonville. That's a Chicago win right there. You're looking good, man. You're looking good. So I think you'll get third place.
Yeah, I'll win third for a consecutive 2 years in a row. Whoopee!
Yay! But you know what? You know, speaking of winning, we kind of already spoiled it a little bit. But I know a team that's getting a lump of coal in their stocking this year from their fans, and that's the Jets.
Yeah. Leave it to the Jets to fuck up losing. Like, they're the only team that can screw up a losing situation where they had Mr. Lawrence right in the palm of their hands, and they decided, no, I'm gonna go for a win this week. Really? Why can't you do that the whole entire season, man? Why now?
How can you win and lose at the same time?
Only the Jets can. I swear to God. That's probably got to be. They say the Cowboys are cursed, but I think the Jets are worse. There's a black cat running around in that stadium or in that locker room. No, they're just a joke.
That's why. That's why I said earlier. No matter what the NFC East tries to fail at, they're not on the failing level of the New York Jets. Okay, it's just not happening.
I got a question for you. So there's 2 games left. Do the Jets win another game?
Probably not. And no, I am done picking the Jets. I told you guys in Toonie Bets the Jets are gonna not go on a 0-16 season.
Yeah.
They won one. I'm done picking them. It's over.
Yeah, you called it. Seems like you have candy canes up your ass lately, so because you're winning in fantasy and you're winning in Toonie Bets.
Oh man.
But let's continue with the losing ways and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lord have mercy. They dropped their 3rd straight. I should know because Big Ben fucked me over royally. They lost to the lonely Bengals 27-17 on the Monday Nighter. Is it just me, or does Big Ben look really old and sluggish? He has no velocity at all. And what the fuck is up with Juju? He cares more about dancing in the middle of the field than catching footballs.
Yeah.
What is up with the Steelers?
Well, first off, Juju got a little talking to. Pretty much got told by the coach. He says, "Hey, if you keep on dancing, I'm gonna put you in the corner facing the wall, and you're on timeout." Okay. So yeah, no more dancing for Juju Smith. I don't know what's up with the Steelers. I think they were on a high, and they said, "Fuck it, let's lose a few." Mind blown. I personally. Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger in his prime is a great quarterback, but I think that motherfucker needs to sit his fat ass down and retire, or at least get a different job and become Santa Claus.
I was just gonna ask, do you think he'd make a perfect Père de Noël?
I actually don't, because I feel like if he went down a hot girl's chimney, he'd probably send her a dick pic.
Yeah, he's done it before.
Oh, what's this in my stocking? It's a picture of a dick. So, yeah. No, I don't know what's going on with the Steelers. What do you think's going on with the Steelers?
I think this season's been a mirage for them. That we're finally seeing the true Pittsburgh Steelers in fine form. They're just not cohesive. The run game is terrible. Big Ben's arm looks dead. Everyone thought it was back to normal after surgery. Now it looks dead. Mike Tomlin, I mean, he can only do so much. Juju, like we were saying, likes to dance more than catch footballs. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's all catching up to them, and we're seeing the true black and yellow.
Someone's spoiling their Christmas. I'll tell you that much.
It's probably Big Ben's gas.
But you know what? Someone's Christmas that isn't spoiled. They got a little early Christmas present. That's Des Bryant getting his first TD catch in over 3 years. It wasn't the spectacular catches that you're used to seeing from Des Bryant, but it was a nice dive grab. A a little run out to the left from Lamar Jackson. Yeah, congrats. Throw up the X. Dez Bryant finally got his TD. Do you think he's gonna stay in the NFL after this year?
It's tough to say. I want to say yes because I'm a huge Dez Bryant fan, but I don't know. I don't think so. The game, I think, is slowly passing him by. He's not the same. He doesn't have the same explosiveness, as he once did in Big D. So I don't know. Maybe a team will take a chance on him. I don't think he'll be back with Baltimore. It's just like right now, you just take it as a feel-good story because it really is. But other than that, I think his time is done or close to it.
No, I agree. Send him back for a one-day contract to Dallas to retire.
You know what, Jerry, if you're listening, honor the man. He provided a lot of spectacular plays. I think he leads the Cowboys in touchdown and touchdowns, received in the franchise. So you know what, it's not until one day. Throw up the X one more time in Big D, and let's get it done.
Also, Jerry, if you're listening, just fucking retire. Do what Melky said. Sign Dez Bryant to a one-day contract. Throw up the X, blah blah blah. But then just fucking retire or quit. Get the fuck out of Dallas.
That'll never happen. That oil money keeps him around. But you know what? Who should definitely stay around for a long time? Your Lord and Savior, Josh Allen. And how about the Buffalo Bills clinching their first division title since 1995? That's insane. Josh Allen, we alluded to this earlier, posted 359 passing yards, 2 passing TDs, 33 rushing yards, and 2 rushing TDs. He's definitely in the MVP conversation. He's firing on all cylinders with that team. Him, Diggs, Measly Beasley, Devin Singletary. It's a force to be reckoned with. And you know what? Kudos to the Bills. I mean, they did it. Finally ended the Patriots streak. And the thing of beauty was when they arrived back in Buffalo, and the fans were there to greet them. Bills Mafia. And nobody went through a table, luckily. But yeah, no, that was a beautiful sight because it's been a long time for Buffalo fans. What do you think?
I think it's great. I feel sorry for the Bills fans, or I guess Bills Mafia, not being able to celebrate properly. I kind of want to take it out of football, kind of like the Lakers not revealing their banner this year until fans come back.
Yeah.
It's a good win for Bills Mafia and the Bills franchise. I do have one question though.
What's that?
Does this mean the way things are in the NFL, is it the coach that wins or is it the player that wins? And I'm speaking Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Or is it a combination?
So are you asking about the Patriots or are you asking about the Bills?
I'm asking about the Patriots because the Patriots have been winning that division since, I think, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're asking...
in any sports situation, really, is it the coach that wins the games or is it the player that wins the game?
It's a little bit of both. That's a great question because without the coach, Brady probably doesn't have those 6 Super Bowls. But having said that, without Brady, Belichick doesn't have those Super Bowl rings either. So you know what? It was just a match made in somewhat heaven because they had their ups and downs, and they were just lucky that they were able to work together and they bought in. I think what's great about Tom Brady is he bought in to Belichick's system. He may not have liked him, but he respected him and vice versa. So they're both seeing how difficult it is, to win right now. Because even, Tom Brady has the Bucks winning, but he doesn't look as smooth as he normally does. Now, that could be age as well, but him and Bruce Arians, I don't know if you've noticed, they've had their little back and forths, with their jabs because Brady is so used to Belichick's system where he relies on those our favorite word, tight ends, and the short game. Whereas Arian likes those balls flying down the field. And how many of those does Tom Brady have left? So that's a great question. You know what? A better answer for it will be how far the Bucks go this season. Then you'll have a better answer.
I have one more quick question then.
Sure.
Is it because the pressure in Florida doesn't deflate the ball better than the pressure in New England?
Absolutely. The weather's different. It is cold as fucking in New England.
All
And
shrink in cold weather.
It's in the cold weather, whereas in that warm Florida weather, there's no shrinkage unless you're going into the pool.
Oh, man.
Just saying.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? Let's get into probably the last time we do Boom or Bust.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be the last time.
Yeah. And we're going to do it again. We're going to continue the trend like last week, where we're going to take the teams in the playoffs. So this one we're doing the championship teams, not the bum-ass teams like myself and everyone else. So Gooby's going to take his team and continue the trend. I'm going to take his opponent, Rub My Chub. And I'm hoping that a Chubby will be will be presented in the finale where Gooby is crying because he couldn't get it up because he lost. So Gooby, take it away. Who do you got first for Boom or Bust?
Okay. So I'm going to pick Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is facing the Green Bay Packer team, who gives up the fifth most points to running backs this year. I'm going to label him as a big boom this week. I predict about 25 to 30 points as they're trying to fight off the Colts in that division, with both teams at 10-4. If the Colts lose at 1 p.m., all the Titans have to do is win at 4 o'clock, and they're in. I think no, they're the 8 p.m. game. But yeah, so I predict Derrick Henry's gonna have a big game.
So all you're saying is they got to pull a DJ Khaled and win.
DJ Khaled.
He could be Santa Claus too. He's a fat motherfucker.
Could. He definitely could. I think he might get stuck though.
Yeah. Get the plunger. No, I'm just. I'm gonna agree with you hands down, and for all the reasons you just alluded to. Plus, it's Derrick fucking Henry, the best running back in the league. He is taking over for CMC. If it wasn't apparent, it is now. This man can't be stopped because he won't stop. He stiff arms everyone like it's nobody's business. It's just easy for him. 6'4" monster just running down the field. He's the backbone of the Titans, and you can always rely on him to put up fantasy points and big points too. And so I agree with it. He's probably going to be around the 25 to 30 point echelon, and he's going to be a big catalyst for your team.
He injured someone last week with a stiff arm, so.
Fuck, man! Imagine getting hit by that guy. I'm sorry. It's gonna be like Little Giants, where I'm running the other way.
I'd rather be hit by a bus. Not gonna lie.
I think so, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
But who you got on your boomer bus?
So I was looking at Allen's roster, pretty awesome roster, and I'm gonna go, since you went running back, I'm gonna go with Nick Chubb. Now, we talked about it. He's playing the woeful Jets. Last week, he posted 50 yards and a touchdown and 16 reception yards. He's the catalyst to that team. Like, Baker is balling out, but Nick Chubb gives Baker the opportunity to ball out because defenses have to be honest with Nick Chubb. He can do everything. He can run. He can catch. New England's regretting not drafting him instead of Sonny Michel. I mean, why would you want to draft a French guy in Boston? That doesn't make any sense. And they're playing the Jets defense, where Gooby actually looked this up for me. Can't really stop anyone. They're 14th in the NFL, and they let in 112 yards per game. So look for Nick Chubb to have a very big game and sport a huge chubby this Sunday.
I do agree with you on all points. It's the Jets. I don't see the Jets jetting it up even worse. Because can I use that as a phrase now? Like you know how Romo sings like.
Yeah, Romo did a lot.
But yeah, it's the Jets, man. I think they got the hint after all the news articles came out that they are gonna lose the best quarterback in the NFL, best quarterback in the college leagues, coming to the draft this year. So, yeah, I see the Browns and Nick Chubb running through them pretty quickly.
Is he gonna knock him down with his Chubb?
He's definitely gonna knock him down. He's gonna leave some dick marks on some faces.
Who do you got next for Boomer Bust?
All right, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go AJ Brown. That's right, folks. I'm doing an all Titans Boomer Bust, and I'm going to label this man. And I know I'm gonna get some fucking feedback from this one, but I'm gonna label him as a bust this week. Brown has been nursing an ankle injury since week 13, and you can see it. He's sometimes limping after a catch or two. Corey Davis has been stepping up to the plate, and if Derrick Henry and Corey Davis can take the load and the Titans get off to a big league, I see I see AJ Brown being benched and used as the diversion on the line. Now, I'm not saying don't start the man. He is a must start. He is AJ Brown, but don't expect big numbers from him this week. Maybe a touchdown and 30 yards. I don't see much else. What do you think?
I'm gonna disagree with you on that. Yeah, I don't know. He's a boom, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah, you know what? Last week he didn't do too well. He still had a touchdown, but Tannehill takes turns with his wide receivers. It was the Davis show last week. It was Brown show the week before. It was the Davis show a week before that. This week it's going to be the AJ Brown show. Now he also will be used as a decoy. That was a great point you brought up. But I feel like he's going to ball out. He's going to probably sport 80 yards and a touchdown. He's got magic hands. And that Green Bay secondary is going to have their hands full trying to guard Davis and AJ Brown. I think it's AJ Brown's turn this week.
Do you think he jumps in the pot like Zeke Elliott did?
I think he should.
The Salvation Army pot?
I think he should. It's that time of year, right?
Oh, man. Who's your last pick over there?
All right, so last but not least, probably the best wide receiver in the NFL. I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill, the Cheetah. Always good for a touchdown, always good for highlight reels and just plays. He's playing Atlanta, who can't cover anybody at all. They're just a fucking hot mess over there. You look for him to have his way with the secondary. Look for KC to just trounce Atlanta. If you have Hill and you're not starting him, there's something wrong with you, and you deserve to get a lump of coal in your stocking as well. So for those reasons, labeled Tyreek Hill as a huge boom.
I agree. Tyreek Hill is definitely going to be a huge boom. there's no ifs, ands, or it's Tyreek Hill. He is questionable, but come on, it's ATL. They're freaking giving out points to wide receivers left, right, and center. I just hope all the touchdowns go to fucking Travis Kelce.
It's probably going to be a split between the two.
Mahomes
loves to spread the love, so just look for that game to be a blowout.
Yeah, it's definitely and not just that game. I think a lot of these games this week are going to be blowouts. There's a lot riding on things, so it's almost playoff time for the NFL. But yeah, this finals in the fantasy, man, it's a big one, and I think it's gonna be close between me and Alan.
Oh, it's, you know what? You guys have both put up the two most points in the league, so why would the trend not continue? Yeah, but you didn't finish first, so. And if you ain't first, you last. No.
By the way, I put up almost over 100 points more than he did. Just saying.
Okay. Well, nobody likes to show off and get to Toonie Bets, all right?
Wait, there's no such thing as Toonie Bets on this podcast this week. It's the Christmas gift bet this week. As you know what, this is probably coming out near or on Christmas Day. So this week, the three of us, me, Melky, and Ba, we're going to be betting Christmas gifts. I don't know what I'm going to get because I know I'm probably going to win. But I really hope it's not a lump of coal or a giant dick. Know what you could do for me though? Could do for me is you could text a hottie and tell her to send me her tight end.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you happen to win the finals, I will work my magic and I will get you either one or two DMs on your IG with tight ends. All right.
Hey, I appreciate that. And so speaking of our Christmas gift bet, I told you I'm not going to the Jets anymore. It's over. They've won. Why bother? The streak is over. So I'm going to take the Vikings over the Saints. Big matchup. It's going to be a big tough matchup. Like I said, the Vikings are on the outside looking in right now. I think Cousins, Cook, Thielen, Jefferson are all going to have big games. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So, yeah, Vikings over the Saints.
Yeah, bold, but it's a must-win for Minnie, even though I could care less about them. But, yeah, no, I like it. So we'll move to my bet. I always go with the sure thing. I'm going Baltimore over New York, but I'm not picking on the Jets this week. I'm picking on the lonely G-men. You know what? Their time is up. They've had a nice run, but no. What's their quarterback's name who falls on his ass when he's running?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. No Daniel Jones. Sorry, folks. No Daniel Jones. Colt McCoy, you suck.
You got a nice name though.
He's got a sweet name, but he sucks. Yeah, I just like Baltimore's on a roll. Baltimore's fighting for a wild card. Look for Lamar and company to just destroy the Giants. And I need that too because the Cowboys still have that slim chance of squeaking into the worst division in NFL history. So fuck you, New York, especially you, the Giants this week. So I'm going with Baltimore.
Do we see another X?
No, I think the X probably will be retired this year.
You heard it, folks. No more Dead's Ryan touchdowns.
No more. Now, last but not least, we got the man of the hour, the man who is the architect of Toonie Bets, Bob Walker here. And let's hear who he's going with this week.
Hello, boys. Ba here for another Toonie Bet. First off, I want to say congrats, Gooby. Making it to the finals. Dominating the whole season. Melky, hey man, you put up a fight, I guess. Anyways, my Toonie Bet for the week, I'm going Indianapolis Colts versus Pittsburgh Steelers, and I have the Steelers winning. Yes, they've lost the last three. It's full panic mode, but I think they win. Indianapolis is still 17th defense for passing yards, so I definitely think Pittsburgh's going to take this one, end the losing streak, just create more drama. That's my pick. Take care, boys.
I like it. By the way, Bob, if you're listening to this later on, did Mo put up a fight like Nate Robinson did? You can DM me the answer later on.
Okay. I think I put up more of a fight than little Nate, okay? Nate got knocked on his fucking ass. I at least put up a little bit of a fight.
Oh, no, you did. You put up a good fight, and you finished third, and you finished with, I think, the second most points in the league. So
no,
or the third most points in the league.
Yeah.
Somewhere around.
No, I was fourth. I was fourth most, but I just had a tough season when it came to stability. I had great players, but they just underperform. Like Connor, as soon as they get him, you decide, I don't know how to play football anymore. Eckler was hurt. and he decided to choke on a big dick last week. I didn't, and I only blame myself because I should have started Herbert and Gordon, and if I did, you and I would be chirping the living lights out right now.
This would be a whole nother podcast.
This would be a complete.
I don't even think there would be a script to this.
No, it would just be free for all, just back and forth. There would be no gift toonie bets. There would no be boomer bust. We wouldn't give two fucks, man. Just go back and forth. But you know what? I'm excited for you. I'm excited for Alan. This league's it's always fun. It's been a good year again. Little controversy and little drama here and there, but that's what makes it exciting. So I actually do wish you good luck.
Oh, thanks.
And I know you'll put your best team forward, and Alan will do the same, and it'll be a juggernaut of a fight. I think this is probably, out of the 4 years we've had this league, the most evenly matchup in the finals, because last year Tim had the better team over Adam. That's why Adam asked to split, because he was scared. The year before that, Alan over Darcy. They were both underdogs, but I think Alan had the better team after he made that trade. And then even the first year, that guy Mark, he was just so smart, and he started the trend of being a running back whore and had all of them, and he was head over shoulders better than everyone else. So this year, it's two juggernauts going at it, and I can't wait. I'm going to be checking your score over mine because I simply don't give two fucks about mine. Even though I do want to win and just rub it in Lisa's face, but I really don't care. I'm just focused on your matchup. So seriously, good luck to you, man. And is there anything you want to add or say or throw a jab or, before your matchup?
Yeah, definitely. Fuck you, Alan. You're a piece of shit. I hope all your team gets COVID or trips on a fucking cord on the way out of the tunnel. Also, big bold prediction for next year, because it's a 2 fucking keeper league. Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. I'm taking the fucking league next year.
Possibly.
Especially if I get that number 1 overall pick again. I get the best wide receiver too.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Or you could even go quarterback if you want and pick up my homeboy.
Well, I could, but Josh Allen's even better.
Yeah. But usually when you have a big year, you kind of regress. But who knows, man? Who knows? It's going to be different. I have some good ideas going forward with the league. You sported some good ideas too. I just want it to be fun. I just want it to be competitive as always, and it is. So it's been a great year, and I couldn't ask to have a better cast in the league, with you, with Kevin, with Lisa, with Devin, Jen, Mike, Alan, Timmy, Adam. Yeah, everyone's been a great sport, and we all have fun with it. So thank you guys for participating and actually wanting to come back.
Yeah, and just so you folks know, if whoever's listening out there, this isn't the last show at your T.D'S. We are gonna have one more. We hope that it's gonna be a big one with a few special guests. So stay tuned. Okay, don't forget about us. We will announce the winner next week.
Well, yeah, that's why we have to have the episode.
No, we don't have to. We can just leave everybody in suspense for next year.
It's
It's like those fucking TV shows that leave you with that really big cliffhanger before the season ends, and they say, "Hey, guess what? Fuck you. You have to wait a year."
It'd be even funnier if we did that, but we didn't come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is it. This is the last one, guys. Fuck you.
Sorry, guys. No sexy results, no tight ends.
Yeah, you guys sent no tight ends my way. I'm done. I quit. It's over.
Yeah. Why are we doing this, man? We do it for tight ends.
Yeah, I've been doing this for fame and fortune, and I'm not getting any. So.
Right. Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, it's been a ride. I can't wait for the results next week. Is there anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, that's it, man. I'm good. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all those other places and things I don't know of.
Kwanzaa, can't forget Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov. Gesundheit. No, like, yeah, we wish you guys a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. Everyone be safe. It's COVID time anyway, so where the fuck are you going? And if you are going somewhere, don't pull a James Harden and wear your damn mask. Or a Dwayne Haskins. Yeah, Mister decided to go to a strip club and not wear a mask. I mean, good for you, but that's probably the most germ-infested place right now, and you're not
He
wearing
kind
it.
of pulled a James Harden.
He did. I guess they were on speed dial with each other and like, yo, you did that? Yeah, I'm going to do this too.
And don't forget to stuff your women like you stuff your turkey, okay?
And based it too before. Yeah, he actually got the C removed. Dwayne Haskins, he got the C removed from his jersey because he was stupid.
Yeah.
That sounds like a no-namer problem. So fuck you, no-namers. I hope you lose too. But you know what? Again, Merry Christmas, and this is what you viewers have been waiting to hear and see. So I hope you enjoy.
Sessions presents A Peter Griffin Christmas, featuring such standards as
Everybody look at the snow in the yard.
and who could forget
I brought these gifts for you. They're up in my bum.
and everyone's favorite
La 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 la. Look at the bells. Look at the bells. Holy crap! Here comes Jesus, and he doesn't look too happy. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, all.